for our tutorial today, we're going to talk about another way to put your blocks together, and this is offsetting your blocks. Let me show you what I mean. This block right here, I have put sashing on two sides. Sewed it here and then sewed it here. It just doesn't matter which two sides as long as they're adjacent. And then when you put it together, you take and you put the sashing on the left and the left of both of them, but one's on the top and one's on the bottom. So you offset them. So this one would be on the top. And then it would go across like that. And then when you do the next row, you leave the top, but then you put it on the right side. So it'd be the top and the right, like that. So you offset them. So it's still a block, but when you get it put together, it looks like this. This is a cute Christmas quilt that we made, and these blocks are offset like that. You don't have to really worry about matching your corners and seams and stuff as much because they don't come together only once in a while in this. So that's a good way to do it. And then I've got another way to offset. Let me show you. And this one is you take your block and you just put sashing on one side. And if they're blocks that are the same all the way around, it doesn't matter which side you put it on. So that's what I've done here. I've added a piece of sashing to the top of each of these. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to just turn every other one around. Every other row around. And so it offsets these blocks. And then I just take a piece of sashing and put in between for the whole length. And it offsets it. And when I do this, I like to make this, the sashing piece, the same as a section of the block. So this sashing is the same width as this section of the block. So it kind of gives it a good flow, a good feel. You can also just take these and put them together. You don't have to have the sashing between, and it still offsets it, and then these will match up like this. So that's another way you can do it. You can also do it this way and then have your sashing pieces go this way. Let me just show you how that would look with your sashing piece going here. And so that gives it a little bit different look too. So that you just offset the blocks by just not putting sashing around all of the block, just one side or two sides. On this one, on this first one, you can actually maybe make the one side of the sashing wider than the other. So let's say all of the vertical ones would be smaller, narrower than these, and then if you need to have your quilt longer or taller or wider or whatever, you can do that, and that would give it a really interesting look as well. So it's a great way to put your blocks together, especially if the blocks are just kind of boring and kind of the same, to offset them. And I'm actually going to put this quilt together like this with these offset blocks, and I think it'll be really cute. So I'll talk to you again next week.